It seems we all have to have them at one time or another. So today we're going to talk about how to change your money conversations. One thing I hear a lot in the counseling room are arguments and disappointments surrounding money. One spouse usually feels stressed about money and frustrated with their other spouse's purchases, while that spouse feels frustrated with being treated poorly and not feeling heard when it comes to their desires with money. Maybe they even feel controlled and spoken down to. 9 times out of 10, when I sit down with them, we find that the problem is a lot of times a lack of clarity. Both of them mean well, but they can't work together well, and they don't feel good about the finances because there's not a clear plan. So it's important that the two of you know the plan and that you both agree on the plan. The key about that plan is that it has to be very, very clear. So until the two of you are on the same page about finances, it's impossible to maximize your financial potential. Until you two are on the same page and have a clear plan, you can continue to be frustrated with your conversations surrounding money. So it's so important to solve these money arguments and not let them continue. Being upset about spending habits or controlling or nagging habits about money, that's going to eat away at your marriage. It's going to leave these issues to fester, and that's a recipe for disaster. It leads to dishonesty, resentment, and really for potential mistrust, serious mistrust. So I met with a couple that was on different sides of the money issue, and one was a spender and the other was a saver. And since they looked so differently at money, there was always a fight, and each locked more into their position every single time. So don't let your marriage go down that path. Change your money conversations today. Whether you're frustrated with your spouse's spending or frustrated with your spouse nagging you for spending. So here's a few steps that I think will be good for you to consider taking. So plan your money conversation with your spouse. And don't just jump into this conversation without a plan, especially if you're used to fighting or arguing about money. Break the cycle by planning your money conversation instead of saying the first thing that comes to your mind. Pick a time, pick a place, let your spouse know the agenda. Let them know what you want to talk about. Communicate the problem. So let me be really clear here. The problem is not your spouse. Let me say that again. The problem is not your spouse. The problem is a lack of clarity around plans for your finances. Let your spouse know that you're frustrated, but you want to develop a plan together so that the plan is clear and both of you can agree on it. Let them know that the goal is to stop fighting about money and stop being on the same team when it comes to money. The goal is to maximize your financial potential and maximize your marriage, and let them know that you want to hear what they have to say about money and that you want to know how they want your money conversations to go. You want to hear their side, and you want to make changes together so that you can both stop fighting about money and stop being on the same page about money. So here's some things that you could say. Work together to start making a budget or adjust the budget. If you already have a budget, your budget should include budget items, line items for anything that you purchase. Include the giving, the bills, the savings, the food, the entertainment, the eating out, spending money, clothes, miscellaneous, and so on. And if you don't know where to start with making a budget, just go to some of the budget podcasts that we've done, and we've done some really good ones that I think will really help you. So if you have a budget and are still having many problems, likely it means the budget and plan wasn't clear enough, or you both didn't agree on it. Maybe you've talked to your spouse about how you need to be saving more, but you never really had a conversation, agreed to a new budget, and adjusted your budget so that you could save more. So you're frustrated with every purchase your spouse makes because you said save more, and they're not. But they're frustrated because they don't know the plan you've created in your head and certainly haven't been given the opportunity to agree to the plan. I can't stress this enough. Your spouse has equal say in the finances. You have to make these decisions together. Or maybe that's not your issue. Maybe the issue is your spouse isn't following the budget. One tip I highly recommend is that you are each tracking your purchases towards your budget every day. This will help you see where your combined monthly finances are and to not go over your budget. Keep the door open for future check-in money conversations. The funny thing about money is that money habits are really just that. They're habits, and they are hard to change and hard to adjust, and it's easy to get off track. Also, financial circumstances change, so it's important that you keep the door open for future money conversations. Let your spouse know that this can't be your last talk, but that because you are both now committed to not fighting about money, instead making clear plans together, the conversations should go much better in the future. Ask your spouse to please tell you if they have any questions or any concerns about the budget, and that you're going to do the same. And keeping short accounts when it comes to money questions and concerns, they're going to help those issues not grow bigger. It will help your money conversations be less frustrating. So I challenge you to implement these 4 steps to change your money conversations for the better. I pray your money conversations are less frustrating with these tips moving forward. Remember, until the two of you are on the same page about finances, it's impossible to maximize your financial potential. The key to changing your money conversations for the better is clarity. It's important that the two of you know the plan and that you both agree on the plan. The key about that plan is it has to be clear. We'll put some links in the show notes today that have some of the great tools that we have at Awesome Marriage to help you get on the same page with money.